Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once more to the Middle East for what could be a very tricky night for our drivers tonight. Sandy, dusty, and with the sun setting, the temperature dropping too. This could be an intriguing event. Stand by for the Qatar Grand Prix. So we're back here in Lusail, and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns, and just one DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS, though, through the long straight and into turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Mika Hakkinen, and Piastri. Sainz, Senna, Antonelli, and Lewis Hamilton. Ocon, Albon, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Gasly. Colapinto, Stroll, Nico Hulkenberg, and Paul Aron. Behrman, Lawson, Alonso, and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. So we come to Qatar this weekend, and what's the word I'm looking for when I think about the middle part of this track? Relentless.
The whole track's relentless. It's predominantly built to be a motorbike circuit. For an F1 car, that means a lot of G-force. It's hot here, it's humid this time of the year that we come to in Formula One, and this puts pressure on the drivers. It also puts pressure on the car and the demands of the tyres. So it's a brutal circuit.
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. Okay, so not an ideal parking spot, but let's try and get a good launch upon the race start. need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. Okay, so that's a red flag, no overtaking, and let's get back into the pits, please. Okay, we've done all right so far, but this is a chance to take a breath. We've got another half of this race to go, and there's still a big opportunity there. Again. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. Gap to your teammate behind, 9.8 seconds. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Tyre condition still looking good. flag. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 29.5 seconds. OK, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Gap to your teammate behind, 45.7 seconds.
Amazing job. I'm so grateful. Everyone back in the factory. Everyone working so hard.
And Lewis Hamilton takes the checkered flag and once again wins.
With 5 race victories now, is for the others now really to try and stop that momentum that they've got on their side, because before too long, they're going to be looking at the championship. It's theirs, it's within grasp right now, of course.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky 3 today, here's the podium waiting for them. And back on the top spots that he's taken so often in the past. So well done to Lewis Hamilton. Well, that was certainly an exciting